Flip that calendar to April. It's the stretch run of the Major League Volleyball season. Tonight at Nationwide Arena, the Columbus Fury continue this four-match homestand, looking for their second win in a row on the home grounds. They welcome in the San Diego Mojo, all the way from the West Coast on this Easter weekend. Nationwide filling in, we welcome you to the floor with the Ohio State Hall of Fame setter, Audrey Flaw. I'm Neil Sika, here to have some fun. Audrey, speaking of fun, All-Star game was great. There's new Fury ownership. We'll get into that. But paramount, the performance against Orlando the last time out, the finest of the season in a sweep over the Valkyries. Yeah, that was a big-time win, and there was a little lineup change. Megan Lush was out due to illness. Raina Terry was back on the left side. Cash Anderson had a big-time match. We saw Jalen Hodge on the right side, and Angel Perez is going to go with that same lineup tonight. So we'll see if it works for them again tonight. Run it back against a group in San Diego that won for the first time in 4 matches. Their last time out before the break against Omaha. Okay, I'm going to talk to my setter about the 2 setters in this game, our stars to watch. Marley Monserrat, who's continued her great play from Atlanta, where she was 2-time All-League to an All-Star nod over the weekend in Orlando. Yeah, she is the leader in assists, and the Mojo are #1 in hitting efficiency. Monserrat is a fierce competitor, but I really enjoy watching her leadership style on the floor. Always gives so much to her team, consistent effort, and how fun would it be for her to be coached by one of the most well-known setters in her day, Alicia Glass-Childress. So they collaborate together, and their offense is just clicking so well. Alicia Childress, the new coach for San Diego after 2 great seasons in Las Vegas. Conversely, Columbus, Audrey Pack, prolific performance the last time out with her 28 assists. That's the second best hitting efficiency in Fury history in that victory. Yeah, that was a big time win, as we mentioned, led the Fury to that win against Orlando. And she's not afraid to dish it around. She's gaining confidence with every match that she plays, and she's deceptive, super quick feet, fast release, exciting to watch. The floor quarterback tonight on the floor is going to be Audrey Pack for the Fury. Major League Volleyball's Player of the Week. She was finishing up studies at UCLA in 2025. This, her rookie season, has been quite the find. She starts for the 6th time in 7 games. Remember, Ashley Evans had that placeholder spot coming in and did a fine job, but Pack offers a little bit of tempo to what Columbus has provided over the course of these last several matchups. Jalen Hodge starts, Akasha Anderson. This is the same unit that swept Orlando. And Raina Terry, who's had 2 big performances in 2 defeats against San Diego, will lead the Fury out tonight in their home whites. Mojo up and down all season long. They lost 6 of their first 7. Then they won 6 of 7. Maya Tabron, coming off a big performance off the bench, leads the lineup where Grace Loberg has shown well as a first-time starter after not seeing those sets on the regular basis coming over from Las Vegas. And they've got a decorated pro in Jovana Vrikocevic. In her 23rd season, the Serbian adding on the right side for the Mojo. Akasha Anderson ready to get us underway. The rookie who had 3 collegiate stops at Purdue, Michigan State, and Auburn. Everyone standing for the first serve. Fury looking for 2 in a row at home. Off high hands, the Tabron swing. The defensive stand from Columbus. Anderson ready again on the dig. Miley Hiapo, the overpass. And it funnels down off the Monserrat touch on the outside. Great defensive effort on the Fury side of the net. You got to take care of that second ball contact. That time bump set too tight. Completely trapped Raina Terry. Nothing she could do with that ball. A connoisseur of film, the catalyst for San Diego. Marley Monserrat serving. Raina Terry. 20 kills the last time these 2 connected. That was at the start of March. Mojo have won both matchups in 4 sets. Columbus looking for a different outcome, and that might be a big reason why, because of Terry's cross quarter. Terry has a heavy arm. We've seen it all season long, but that's one heck of a set. Sideline to sideline from Audrey Pack. That takes a lot of strength and accuracy. Well done. One of 3 All-Stars, Raina Terry. Reagan Pittman-Nelson and Abby Walker joining that. Middle attack coming from San Diego to side out and get this thing 2-1 in their favor.
And that was Sambothy. A lot of people that follow Ohio State Buckeye volleyball will remember Taylor Sambothy from her playing days here in Columbus, Ohio.
One of the all-time great Buckeyes. In fact, when she left school, and is still first in all-time blocks for OSU. Jalen Hodge gave it a whack from the back row off the right, but it's long. 3-1 Mojo.
We talked about how Jalen Hodge has entered the lineup as a right side, and not only is she super athletic, she misses this one just long, but I like her backcourt defense. We're going to keep track of her defensive plays on that right back area of the court.
Tabron serving. Hodge gets another opportunity, another attack error. In the previous two matchups, serve-receive, the passing game was a problem for Columbus. But they've set the table twice for Hodge and not able to convert. Pack goes back Terry's way. Venegas, well, the San Diego All-Stars, the Puerto Rican, settles into it, the libero, and they funnel through the middle, and Rachel Gomez, who thought she had delivered it, but it is out. There's going to be a challenge here for an official review, maybe for a block touch. 5-1 for the moment for San Diego.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again. Hopefully we get to see it. I thought it was in.
Review for in-out. The line system was not working.
So there's the announcement from Nathan Mahaven out of Pittsburgh, who's the up official. Line system not working. Oh. That's some Loomy dust on that line, keeping
right.
that thing in. The new
After
Fury
the
mascot.
Review, the ball was in.
The ball is in. Needed a magnifying glass to really hunker down on it, but Alicia Childress, what a career. And the setter who finished off her illustrious run with Las Vegas steps into the coaching chair and felt she's kind of been grooming for that. The leadership has always been paramount for her when she was a player, and now continues in the coaching role.
Right, and don't forget, she was the assistant at Stanford, U.S. national team, won a national championship with Stanford in 2019, won 3 national championships with Russ Rose at Penn State. So Alicia Childress has been around the block and know what it takes to develop a championship team.
Hodge wanted to go off high hands, but that's her third attack error here in the opening set. 5-2 Mojo.
And this is where, as a setter, you have to really think about set distribution. Maybe lay off of Hodge for a little bit, go to someone else, get into an offensive rhythm.
Overpass, pump down. Rikocevic making no mistake. Strong start for San Diego, who has struggled on the road. A couple of away wins, the last though being at the end of February against Grand Rapids. They are right in the hunt outside of the 4th playoff spot right now. Raina Terry off the block. 6-3 San Diego, side out Columbus.
Raina Terry does an exceptional job of going off the edge of the block, and that time the set is perfect. It allows her to use the block, and that's really on the setter's shoulders to dish out a ball where a hitter can hit those angles.
It twirls off of Gomez, comes up just shy. The middle blocker for Columbus, who's getting her 2nd consecutive start, just the 4th of the season. Rikocevic gave that the slap off the hands. Now she serves. Took the silver in Rio. 3-time Olympian for Serbia. Rikocevic watching with Anderson, and a big swing off Montserrat's blocking effort. Tasha Anderson has that heavy arm and delivers.
And Hiapo with a great cross-court dig. I just love how she can dig balls outside of her body. She's not very tall, but she seems to have a lot of range as she moves to her side laterally to dig balls.
Gomez from Sturgis, Michigan, serve error. And we'll send Grace Loberg back to the serve line. A breakout season for her after playing sparingly the last 2 years for the 2 years of existence of the Las Vegas Thrill. Put it centrally. Anderson pumps it off Grote. He's measuring her hand there, and the block off of Columbus on that swing on the outside earns it back for San Diego.
Yeah, Tabron just doing an exceptional job there of wiping the ball off the block. Turns into a one-on-one situation instead of hitting the ball into the court where you have defenders.
Oh, it drops in for an ace. Kasha Anderson maybe fooled. That kind of knuckled down just past that 3-meter line.
Yeah, it's an intentional short serve, right? Just such great drop. And this is where, you know, Megan Lush adds so much in terms of first ball contact. We'll see if Angel Perez decides to put her in, give a little bit of an advantage in that first ball contact serve receive, which is really where they're getting beat.
Megan Lush was ill in the matchup against Orlando for the Fury, but available tonight. Angel Perez said it was a great break, even though we had the momentum of the victory. Players getting healthy. They've added to the roster. Brianna Ford and Ryan White providing some depth, and he compared it to a cold bath, really. Just the refreshness of bringing in some new faces and to help with the spirit of the competition, especially in practice.
Yeah, you know, and again, that time off, it was great to have 2 really hard practices. Sometimes you can't go hard, you can't work on the things that you really want to work on. But to your point, White and Ford have been just a, you know, like you said, it's like throwing a bucket of ice water into a practice. They have been energetic, refreshing, and have added a lot in terms of the culture in a very short amount of time.
Opportunity here for the Fury in the middle of this 4-game homestand. 6 of their final 10 games of the regular season are here at Nationwide. Loberg wanted to drop it in again. Anderson gets the retort, this time to the back row.
I love the way Regan Pittman-Nelson stepped back and played that ball. She's on serve receive. Even if she's a middle, she can take up that short area of the court, puts a ball perfectly to her setter.
Venegas deals with it. Tabron, it was the catalyst in the 3 straight sets won by San Diego after losing the first one to Omaha a week and a half ago. But Anderson's on the ready and has her 2nd kill in a row.
It's a great shot by Anderson. And again, I like to focus on defense. Raina Terry digging a really hard line shot and is able to extend the rally for a Cash Anderson kill.
That Monterey set for Maren Grote, who was calling for it to say it was in. It's the Fury's point, but Alicia Childress will challenge. See from the
challenging a touch.
See from the replay system that the ball was out, but was there a block touch? And Alicia Childress, such an illustrious career, but of course she took over for someone who had such an illustrious career, Taiba Hanif Park.
Yeah.
And did a great job in the first 2 seasons. San Diego made the playoffs in the first year after a slow start, and then really came on in the back half of 2024 and fell to 6th in the overall standings last year. But in Alicia Childress's first season, they're pushing for a postseason berth coming into tonight at 8 and 10.
Yeah, I really think the last 2 spots are really wide open.
San Diego's challenge was successful. There was a block touch.
There was a block touch.
You got the Supernovas in 3rd right now. Orlando in 4th. Vibe 1 match behind. San Diego also 1 match behind. So this is really going to be a tight race here in the month of April.
And if you follow the league all season long, tooth and nail sets, tight 5-setters, late in sets decided by just a couple of points. Tabron, overextension on the swing and sends it too far. Kasha Anderson, an 11 kills, 7 dig performance against Orlando. That was on March 24th. All-Star game was played last Saturday in Orlando. Raina Terry hustles over to recircuit. Pack fists it away to the back. Columbus gets it over. But the back row from Loberg is denied by one of the league's leaders. in that department, Pittman Nelson.
Pittman Nelson is just patient, right? She doesn't lean one way or the other. She's firm in her feet and reacts to where the ball is set. And she's got really quick lateral speed, and she never gives up on the ball. That time just stays patient, sees where the ball is set, and seals her area of the net. That's a great block.
48 on the season for Pittman Nelson, second in the league. She had 3 kills, a dig and a block in the All-Star game. Raina Terry joins the block party. Columbus second best in the league and delivering 2 in a row.
And that was a great block. Take a look at her reach here, one-on-one, and then she finishes swiping the ball to the middle of the court. That was a huge one-on-one block.
Sliced the 4-point deficit to 2 at 11-9. Loberg on her knees. Out of Chicago, the Wisconsin product, and heading towards us off Columbus's tight frame of handling the pass. I almost had to put it back in play.
Good reflexes there. Brajkovic with a huge arm on that right side. We're going to be calling her name a lot, but she's been quiet so far in the first set.
Hitting efficiency for the Mojo in their victory over Omaha was the best in 7 games. You have to go back to early February, the last time out, where they hit up around 400. But Columbus has the answer. Regan Pittman Nelson, what an acquisition this season. Teaming up with Raina Terry there on the outside. Yeah,
great hang time, just waiting patiently again and taking care of that tip that didn't go over the block. So an easy block number there for number 21.
She's had 7 games this season of 4 or more blocks. Targets Tabron. That's the element of her game, like any big hitter, young hitter, star out of college, working on their passing. Sails in return by San Diego out of play. Columbus looking to even things up here in the first set. Tabron off the hands. Yeah, Tabron comes into tonight just 8 kills shy of the Mojo benchmark in their 3 seasons. Monica Stone, the queen of the slide. Dalkey. Those are some illustrious names in the brief history of the franchise. Tabron slicing that one to the outside, too much.
Yeah, hitting errors starting to creep up on the Mojo, giving easy points to the Columbus Fury. Another hitting error, another easy point.
Audrey Pack, reigning league player of the week. Cross quarter, it's Columbus's. And right on cue, Audrey, you said the hitting errors. That was close, but it's out.
Yeah, and it's just like frustration errors. At this point, you want to hit in and you don't want to not swing hard, but you just want to be accurate.
It's the 4th attack error. That is not one from Loberg to the back corner.
We talked about Loberg a little bit, but how good of a season is she having this year for the Mojo? Just gaining confidence and playing like I remember her to play at Wisconsin, where she had just a great career.
All Big Ten her last 2 seasons there. She's 8th in the league in points entering tonight. Wants another one there. Yapo fights it off. It's the Serbian, wiry and all, to put it down for San Diego.
You talk about the importance of the block, and it's so important for all 4 hands to go over at the same time. It's those ricochet attacks that go off one hand and the other that are really impossible to defend. So you want to go up together as a unit in the block.
Sandbothi serve for San Diego. Kocevic dealt with by Terry. Hodge, a fiery one. Last line of defense, Hodge. Off-speed deception. What a dig by Tabron. Pack. Anderson from the back. The Bic delivers.
I have to emphasize the way Audrey Pack moves the ball around. As the rally is extended, you think she would go to Raina Terry, her big hitter, and yet she is deceptive because she goes to Anderson in the back row attack. Anderson delivers so well on that.
Groats able to put it down for San Diego. Maren Grote, formerly of Grand Rapids, but has had 2 big games against the Fury this season. And that point, the latest kill gets the Mojo to 16 here at the technical timeout of this first set. It's a good one, back and forth in Columbus. Fury and Mojo here on YouTube. First set here in Columbus. San Diego 16-14 over the Fury. Rachel Gomez, Jalen Hodge, Raina Terry. This unit hoping for a second consecutive home victory after their sweep of Orlando prior to the All-Star break. Kochovic serving, Pack setting, Columbus terminating.
Yeah, when you have a great pass that allows your setter to set anybody they want, a one-on-one in the middle always seems to work, and that comeback shot to position 1 for Gomez, that was a winner. And here on the court, we're seeing number 44, new addition for the Fury.
It's Ryan White. He was in the defensive specialist, the libero in college, and great run at Kansas and Oregon State. She's from outside of Seattle in the Pacific Northwest. She was signed on March 26th, and in there to serve. She was a really good server in college. Springs that action where Columbus delivers on the right.
Well, I love this shot. You're going to see Hodge taking advantage of a block that's not up and over. So when your hands are up, it becomes a target for the hitter. So well executed by Hodge.
So White, her second serve. Loberg. Little off tempo, nice piece of deception there. Terry couldn't come up with the dig. 17-16 Mojo.
Yeah, as an outside hitter in this league, you have to have different shots. You're going to see a nicely placed shot down the line by the Mojo, so well executed there.
Both teams' positive reception's been really good. The attack errors have sprinkled into some of the inconsistencies with the efficiency. A serve error from San Diego, 17 all. Kasha Anderson making room. That's a tough ball to judge. Ashley Evans will spell Audrey Pack. Jalen Hodge comes off. And Abby Walker, the All-Star. And boy, did she play well in Orlando, is on for the first time tonight in the middle. Jostled on that front row with the passing, and it goes San Diego's way.
I like this sub that Angel Perez does, because he has Pittman Nelson now on the right side, Abby Walker in the middle, and those are very big, very effective blockers on the front court for you. So I like the substitutions that he's doing right now.
Maren Grote, who hit 620 with 11 kills in the previous meeting back on March 1st, floats the serve away. 18 all here in the first.
Lots of errors here by the Mojo, both in hitting and serving errors. So they've given a lot of easy points to the Fury. All tied at 18 right now.
Just going to jump in there, partner.
Yep.
6 combined. 2 serve errors, 4 attack errors. Megan Lush returns. A welcome sight. And the leader of this Fury group. With the serve in play. Pummeled by Tabron. Columbus into the net, though. Walker touched the twine. 19-18 San Diego. We got one of the league's best blocking teams in Columbus against the overall defensive game of San Diego. Coming into tonight, first in digs per set, first in overall digs. They've got an ace after Raina Terry says, "My bad," after that delivery.
Yeah, it's a great serve by Monterrey. It just floats over and then dies right in front of the passer. That was Raina Terry. So really good job of just manipulating the serve to make it very difficult to pass.
7th ace of the season. 4th in the league in assists per set. Raina Terry wants to capture it back. Not a bad effort, but it's wide. San Diego's pushed it out to 3 late in set 1 at 21-18. The Fury have had their success against the Mojo this season early before San Diego's responded. Both those games at Viejas. And Columbus has traditionally not fared well against San Diego in 10 all-time matchups. They've lost 9 of them. And right now, late in this set, where the points are at a premium, San Diego has expanded to a 3-point cushion.
Yeah, when we talked to Angel Perez before the match, he said this is a really good defensive team and that his team really needs to hit very specifically. In system, he wants them to hit the line, to exploit the line. Out of system, hit sharp. And we've seen that, and they have done very well. I think what's happening is they're getting into some serve-receive trouble, which really takes them out of the rhythm of their game. They've been able to take advantage of Mojo's errors. But really here in the tail end of this first set, they're going to have to pass a lot better. Ashley Evans going to have to dish the ball around. Front block for the Fury is very big. Again, Nelson's on the right side, Walker in the middle, Raina Terry on the left.
So the brass tacks of it all in this first set. Overall, the positive reception's been okay. It's been sensational for the Mojo, around 80%. Splashed wide. Rakocevic would want that one back. Cross quarters at a premium here in the first set. Pittman, Nelson, Lush, Evans, Gomez returns with Walker and Terry. Fury within 2. Tabron, tough at the net. Sandbothi had the initial swing after Monterrey covered up well, but the Fury had a better response.
Yeah, and we talk about the Fury being the really good blocking team here in the league, and all you need is to slow down the ball and get a touch, and that's what they did, and they were able to transition Raina Terry, taking advantage of a tight ball, using the block to her advantage.
Off speed from Terry. Averaged 18 kills in the 2 matches previous against the Mojo, including a 20-kill game the last time around. That's off Columbus' hands. Mojo restores some order. Maya Tabron. 3rd round selection last year out of SMU in their rising program down outside of Dallas. Serving here. Look it to Terry. Loberg. Lush cleans it up on the back. Abby Walker. Monterrey to her knees. Raina Terry denies the tall Serbian.
I love the matchup there. Raina Terry versus Jovana Rakocevic. And right now it's Raina Terry just sealing the net, frustrating the right side for the Mojo.
4 blocks for Columbus here in the opener. They're within 1. It was 21-18 San Diego. Turn to Loberg, who spirals it down at Lush. Raina Terry with the late reaction from Venegas. Terry coming alive here. The block touch evens things up at 22. San Diego's Alicia Childress calls for time.
Despite their best effort to run that ball down, Rena Terry with that powerful swing gets that crucial point for her team, all tied up at 22. And Megan Lush in the backcourt playing middle back again, has so much range, is able to control the ball and give her team an opportunity to transition and score.
Not more of a comfortable defensive team in reception and just dealing with all the things that come along the back row when Megan Lush is out there.
Yeah, I think the experience that she has, she's able to read the outside hitter and line up really well with the angles that are given to the outside hitter. And then just on the point of contact, she controls the ball. She puts it high middle of the court, as opposed to being there and then spraying the ball outside of the court, which makes the second contact very difficult. So Megan Lush brings a lot of experience and knowledge and just skill to this Columbus Fury team. It's great to see her out on the floor.
National champion at Penn State. Fantastic career over in Italy and Puerto Rico, among others. Audrey Pacto with a gift for San Diego on the serve error.
Yeah, she was trying to serve Loberg, trying to serve her deep, get her out of the offense. That one goes wide. Loberg very wise to let that ball go.
Zambothy serving. Terry wants to equal, does, stayed with it. Loberg was up for the challenge, but Terry too tough.
Yeah, Terry in that rotation where she swings to the right pin just adds that versatility. And remember, she really hasn't swung on the right side before this year. So she has gained a lot of experience and confidence, and her athleticism and her approach to the ball allows her to swing really hard from either pin.
She's done it all. Columbus's woman for all seasons with where she's played this year. 3 kills, 2 digs in the All-Star game. The hit is long from the Mojo, and Columbus with set point beckoning, although Alicia Childress will challenge this. San Diego
is challenging block touch.
No, Nathan Mahaven took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Block touch.
And no reason to not challenge, right? You have a challenge left, just use it as a timeout, and maybe you'll get the touch. I didn't see a touch. Did you see one?
Not to my naked eye, no.
Right. we'll see if we're right or not.
But if it's anything to the fractions of where that ball Rachel Gomez hit on the line, then we've got a problem.
Yeah.
It is a block touch and a worthy challenge from San Diego.
Successful, there was a block touch. San Diego retained her challenge.
So that's a huge swing here late in this first set. And now it's the Mojo's point and serving for set 1. Miley Hiapo returns for the Fury in place of Megan Lush. Got Gomez, Hodge, Pack out there. Carly Graham, their serve specialist. Coming on here. Hiapo, great dig. Kept it alive, and then Anderson is able to even things at 24.
Hiapo's foot speed to get to that ball. This was a really short serve, and what a great angle. That was a huge point for the Fury.
The advantage Columbus. Deep into set 1, Tabron near overpass. Loberg, quick trigger action off Hodge. Mojo will serve again for set 1. Alicia Childress, who was Grace Loberg's teammate, felt we knew there was the potential of what could be after seeing her play and playing with her in Vegas. And she's blossomed here, running it in San Diego. Tabron pumps it down and delivers the crushing point for the Mojo to take set 1, 26-24.
Well, that's a great swing by Tabron, and that's exactly what you want from your outside hitter when the game is on the line. Set her up and let her swing. Tabron with the set winner for the Mojo.
Highly competitive, but it goes San Diego's way in set 1. Back to Columbus after this.
tickets at columbusfury.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
Fury fans, it's Abby Walker. See you at Nationwide Arena Sunday, April 5th as we take on the Grand Rapids Rise. We can't wait to see you.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
Columbus closed well in the first set. Even despite that 250 hitting efficiency, San Diego overcomes it to take the opener 26-24. They had 25 kills though.
Yeah, I mean, what stands out to me is the blocks. Columbus Fury doing a really good job of sealing the net. What I really liked about the first set was the gritty comeback from the Columbus Fury, and then Tabron calm as can be in a tight situation to end that first set. So it was a very competitive first set. We'll see how both teams come out.
Not to amend that, San Diego had 17 kills,
yeah,
not 25 in the first. Columbus had 12 and the 4 blocks. But the intangibles, like it often does, and what it has come for the Fury when things have not gone according to plan, it's that receive game, although modestly decent with 61% positive reception, almost 22% perfect reception. Well, Mojo looking for their 3rd road win of the year. Columbus looking for home win number 2. 4 victories, 14 defeats, and a lot of home games to find their way and make this record a little bit more cosmetically pleasing toward the end of the season.
You're exactly right. You know, they're just so desperate for another win, just to build that confidence as you know, the month of April is upon them and there's not that many matches left, so they want to end the season on a positive note. This one, it would be a big one for them tonight.
I feel like we never left this building in January.
Right.
There were about 6 or 7 matches we had, and then it's been sporadic ever since. But creeping into April, and a happy early Easter weekend to everyone out there. Marley Montserrat, 2nd team, which was, of course, then the PVF, 2nd team All-League. The first 2 seasons in Atlanta, making the transition out west. And she was signed in August. Hasn't missed a beat. Hitting efficiency, too, from the setter position is one of the best in the league. Anderson and Hodge. Hodge took a tumble. Tabron gives a grin, and the opening point in set 2 to San Diego.
And serve receive for the Columbus Fury. Right out of the gate here in set 2, the serve goes in between the 2 passers, and an off-the-net pass. Audrey Pack has to chase it down. We'll see if they can fare a bit better on this serve receive.
Terry receives. Anderson's blocked by one of the greats in Ohio State history. In fact, the supreme blocker for the Buckeyes, Sam Bothy.
Yeah, Bothy just does a really good job of reading the play. And again, when the pass is off the net, it becomes more of a predictable offense. Audrey Pack can do some magical things if she's in the pocket. When she's off, it becomes so much more predictable.
How about that? 2 Buckeye Hall of Famers feet apart, dropping in off Montserrat. Columbus has the answer and on the board in set 2.
And Pack takes that ball that's passed perfectly and does a two-handed dump right in that right front area of the court. And that's what a good pass will do. Opens up the offense a little bit. Audrey Pack taking upon herself to just push that ball down.
Sandbothy meets the block of Pittman Nelson. Tabron with Pack helping out Pittman Nelson. Rakocevic. Hodge, feisty fire. Monserrat, great dig. Raina Terry. Claw slap to the back and down, 2-2.
You know, that's another shot that all outside hitters have to have. Raina Terry showing how to do it with perfection. Gets behind the ball, pushes it hard down the line for a point.
Fourth in kills, points, and blocks. Raina Terry, an all-league season right now. Rakocevic, not an all-world career with that swing.
Yeah,
showing you why.
What a great swing. You can see right there the middle blocker for the Fury late to arrive, and that opens up a lot of that cross-court angle to swing into.
Lisa Childress, she's loved the physicality Rakocevic brings, not just the experience. Anderson pumps that right through the center of the San Diego defense.
Yeah, how much courage do you have to have? There's a triple block in front of you, and you're still going to swing hard. Caught the block going down and gets a point.
3-all. Pittman Nelson. Venegas called it off. Gomez's block. Well, the effort was there. The placement was not.
Sandbothy does a really good job of running her route. Even when the setter is moving along the net, she follows her, gets up, gets her arm back, and is able to hit that quick attack.
A family of athletes. Parents were standouts at Missouri. Grew up in the Kansas City area. Standout serve, an ace, 5-3. Her sister Elle was also at Ohio State, also at Kansas State. 5-3, Mojo, second set. Jalen Hodge with some ferocity. Loberg, that palm swing. Kasha Anderson, to adjust in the air. Rakocevic, it's wide. San Diego thought it was down, so did she.
Yeah, but Rakocevic has been hitting some good shots, but a lot more errors than I'm used to seeing her hit. So we'll see if she can kind of get out of her head a little bit and swing and score for her team.
Won 4 club championships across so many leagues, 11 in all, and an MVP in China. Rakocevic with a scramble for San Diego after Columbus works the passing well and gets the point off the block.
Hodge does a nice job on that right side to hit an angle. Again, when the block is in front of you, you got to be able to hit shots. That time her thumb is up and she's going cross court hard.
Terry and Anderson lead the way with 6 kills. Loberg, make sure Raina Terry's got her 7th in that cross-court swing.
Well, that's a tremendous cross-court swing. The ball is set tight. Like, take a look at her approach and the speed behind that arm swing. That was a tremendous cross-court shot.
Fury 6-5, Pack serving. Tabron. Rakocevic over for Loberg. She converts.
As an outside hitter, Loberg demonstrates there how to be patient. It was a high bump set. She waits, gets a fast approach after waiting, and then you can see that shot that's going right between position 1 right back and 6 middle back.
23 years of pro, the 38-year-old puts it in play. Off speed from Anderson. How about that? Clever.
Well, as a back row attacker, when you see the right side blocker moving in, you're going to see an area of the court open up. Take a look at that right front area of the court. Monserrat tries to land and play it, and either way, it was going to be a free ball coming over the net, but it results in a nice point for the Fury.
Good serve from Terry, 7-6. Loberg leaping. Pull and fire from Hodge. Good block, though. San Diego's growth.
Loberg with the strategic set to the left front area of the court, gets the left side player out of the offense, and so the block knows that the option is going to be for Audrey Pack to set her right front player. The block settles in, seals the net, and does a great job of getting a point.
Grace Loberg serving. Raina Terry reigns supreme on the swing from the back.
Oh, we call that bettering the ball. You know, not a great first pass. Look at the second contact. Way to go to put the ball up. Hiapo putting it up so that Raina Terry can take a nice swing at the ball. That's a classic bettering the ball situation.
Really nice out of system. Kokocevic. That wiper blade right hand. Hodge sees Marin Grote's block. Second point San Diego's accumulated through that in the last 3.
Take a look at Grote here going up and over, and look at her hands. The position of her hands are clearly over the net. You're going to have to hit over top of that, not low seam, if you're going to beat Grote.
Grote was limited last year injury, but she was an all-star in Grand Rapids. She was 3rd in the league in blocks in the inaugural year. Down the line, the swing. San Diego's found the tune of 2 in a row.
Tabron here. Take a look. What a shot right down the line. Again, I love what she brings to this Mojo court. As an outside hitter, has all kinds of shots and is playing with just a tremendous amount of confidence here.
Got 4 kills. Double-double off the bench in that victory over Omaha. It was badly needed for San Diego after dropping 3 in a row. Been a streaky team this year. Loberg, all smiles off the set from Montseret.
Well, Loberg just sees the ball and just approaches. Not the best set, but she gets her feet to the ball and just swings hard. She sees that the block is not formed perfectly in front of her.
Time for the team lead with 6 kills in this setup. 10-8 San Diego, 11-8 Tabron. Shows the versatility.
Yep. You know, you got the defense on their heels. Why not mix in a tip? But you can't give it away. She goes up so strong and then in very last second drops the elbow and delivers that tip. So very well disguised by Tabron.
Coming off 7 double-doubles in her rookie season. A double-double in her most recent game, and it forces Columbus into the timeout. 11-8 here in set 2. San Diego taking a close one in set 1, and Angel Perez has to say, look, we're right there, clean some things up and see if this outcome changes a little bit.
Yeah, I think what's important is for Columbus to really use their strength, which is blocking, right? And you don't have to get a stuff block necessarily. Both the middle and pin blockers need to go up together, get good touches, and if not, at least allow the backcourt to play the angles around a well-formed block. Where teams get into trouble is when the middle blocker and the outside blocker go up and down at different times and the ball ricochets off. Right now, they're going to have to find a way to stop Tabron or at least slow her down. So it's an interesting matchup here. Tabron really just doing a tremendous job, in my opinion, of mixing up her shots and causing a lot of issues right now for the Columbus Fury.
2 kills on 3 swings for Tabron in the second set. Having a laugh with Sandbothy and Grace Loberg. A little bit of a recalibration with this San Diego team and adding some parts. Tabron, part of what they hope to build in the core. One of 5 Californians on the Mojo roster. 2 games below 500. Right there in the fight for that 4th spot. The all-important 4 spots in the MLV. It's over from Loberg. Anderson meets the block of Sandbothy. Jalen Hodge delivers down the right.
Well, I love the team defense that we're seeing from the Columbus Fury. As an outside hitter, you want to go up strong, knowing that there's going to be coverage behind you. That time, Columbus Fury extending the rally by showing some good coverage.
Don't tell Angel Perez. Jalen Hodge maybe hoping to sneak away or hoping they don't have practice Monday if her Arizona Wildcats are in the national championship in Indianapolis. Played Michigan tomorrow in the national semifinal. Kokocevic went off tempo. San Diego had to put it over. Venegas. Tabron effort defensively from Terry. And Akasha Anderson claiming there was a block touch. San Diego immediately responding, saying it was well long. Angel Perez says we'll take a look.
Within that rally,
Columbus is challenging block touch.
Raina Terry had a great dig down the line. I'm really impressed with the improvement in her backcourt defense. I mean, we always knew she had a great arm, but what she's doing in the backcourt has been very impressive.
The blocks are there. She's over 150 digs on the season, an underrated element to her game. And Angel Perez even spoke of Raina Terry when she took the assistant coaching job at Milwaukee Panthers. Just the ability to use her brain in different ways outside of what her prototypical hitting has done for her entire career and made her a better all-around volleyball player. Sending that through a mail slot on the swing. Miley Hiapo, if she had a vote, she would say that was a no-doubter off a block touch.
Well, Grote was definitely up there. If it was a touch, I believe it was off the middle blocker, Grote. I didn't see anything definitive on that replay.
Taylor Sandbothy was the other.
Or was it Sandbothy up there?
Sandbothy was up there.
Okay.
San Diego's here now. And how about this? They have to fly back for a home game on Sunday on Easter. It is a block touch. Columbus.
There's a confirmed block touch. Columbus retains their challenge.
Strong in their convictions. They retain the challenge. They've got the point. It's 11-10. Hodge is serving. San Diego up a set. San Diego will still come here later in the month as the regular season comes to a close. Rikocevic put it down hard and heavy despite Hiapo's best efforts.
How great is it to have an outlet like that in the backcourt? A great swing there down the line, and you can see Hiapo's frustration. She wanted that dig.
All 6'5" of her. Monterrey serve. Pack for Pittman Nelson. Joust at the net. Sandbothy didn't measure it properly, and Pittman Nelson had the cover. Falls Columbus's way. Akasha Anderson growing in confidence game by game. It's shown in her swings. Pittman Nelson, the put down. Didn't have time to blink your eyes on that.
Love her energy, love her enthusiasm, and what she gives back to her teammates after she makes a great play like that.
12-12. Tabron handles it well. Rikocevic, that's child's play with that swing.
Yeah, she's starting to feel it right now. We saw a backcourt attack from her that scored, and then that great swing there down the line, right over top of the block. It's hard to defend that in the backcourt.
Mojo high 8 kills. Matching Raina Terry. Akasha Anderson have 8 for Columbus. Now poor passing. Really both ways, but Loberg bails it out after Tabron put it over toward the pin.
Yeah, that was pretty ugly.
Yes, it was.
Second contact, a bump set over the net, and then, you know, you just need your outside to swing big, and that's exactly what they got from Mojo there on the outside swing by Loberg.
Tabron, Hiapo, Pack said someone went into the net for San Diego, and that's exactly what happened. Nathan Mahaven confirms. Audrey Pack was right on it. 14-13, although Marley Monserrat wants a word.
I believe there's going to be a challenge. The official called Mojo over the net and touching the ball with an attempt to block the set, which is not legal. Mojo's going to challenge that.
Good explanation, Audrey, and Nathan Mahaven will
San Diego is challenging reaching beyond the net.
break that all down for us. 14-13 San Diego, and another close one here in the second set.
so on that play, Audrey Pack went up and set the ball with one hand. The blocker went up. Now the question is, did the blocker go up and actually interfere with the set? And I think that's what they're looking at right now.
Involved in the play.
Yeah, it happened before
the
third contact. Yeah, it was when Audrey Pack went up to set with one hand. The ball was a little tight. She went up with one hand, and the blocker went up. And it's whether or not the blocker touched the ball or not. The whistle was blown, and so the ball was dead, point to the Fury. So we'll see if they replay this one.
Some words of encouragement from head coach Angel Perez, who went into the Puerto Rican Volleyball Hall of Fame earlier this year. He's been bullish on this team, and he's been carried a lot more
right here
energy with that touch there. Sanbothy looks like she did make contact from that angle. Audrey Pack knew it right away, just from that angle. So don't know if they have anything more definitive. Like it initially was.
San Diego loses their challenge.
San Diego will lose the challenge. Sanbothy did get a piece of it. Here comes Ryan White. Second time for the standout at Kansas last year. Second team all Big 12. 78 aces over the course of her 4 collegiate years. She can serve a ball. Kochevich would love to have that. That's usually on a platter, and the serve error allows Columbus to get on level terms.
Yeah, White's digging the line there over top of Raina Terry. So she has Brajkovic swinging down that line. We'll see if she can dig her.
14 all. Monterrey. Really classy to work it to Loberg, and tight window over there on the right.
Yeah, one-on-one, you see great opportunity for Loberg to score. That's the setter's job, right? To get their hitters and the best opportunity to score. Obviously, a one-on-one, the advantage goes to the hitter.
Yapo, and work Gomez in the middle from Pack. Splash again, Raina Terry. Aaron Grote, third block. Technical timeout, second time too at San Diego. Took set one, leading 16-14 here in the second at Nationwide Arena tonight. Come back for some more MLV on YouTube and those watching on The Rock. (16-14) San Diego here in set two. On a night where we're honoring the first responders, Military Appreciation Night at Nationwide Arena. Salute to the finest. Roll shot from Raina Terry. Kocevic into the block of Terry. Offensively, defensively, she does it all.
She sure does. You know, you're going to see a not so great approach here on the right side, but more importantly, Raina Terry just sealing the net hip to hip with the middle blocker.
Moberg rising over, Pack, Terry loads up. Kocevic pumped up. Got it to spill off that block.
It's a great matchup, right? A strong swing and block from Kocevic, and then you've got Raina Terry on the other side, so they're just blowing punches at each other, offensively, defensively. Kind of fun to watch.
Kocevic, he's had 8 double-figure kill games, 3 of her last 4. She had 17 in the first meeting against Columbus. That long extension and a dart at Anderson, who goes down awkwardly and could do nothing about it. Sublime ace.
Yeah, it's a tough serve, and you can see whenever the ball is outside of your body, you've got to move very quickly. That ball coming at her so fast, she wasn't able to adjust her feet.
Lead 3 for the Mojo. Some more Serbian smoke at Hiapo. 4 contacts for Columbus.
Saying the ball never crossed the plane of the net, that they're going to replay this one. So sometimes the ball hits the top of the tape and really doesn't hit the blocker's hand. So we're going to see if the block actually touched the block, or if the ball just hit the top of the tape and then deflected off of that.
Alicia Childress will let them sort it out. You know, Childress was with the United States in Rio in 2016. The United States took the bronze. Serbia, Kocevic to her left, took the silver. So competitors against each other at the highest level. Kocevic, just the trophy cases, not only full club championships, but all the individual accolades, best spiker.
Yeah.
The competitions, the World Cup. And now paired together, bring it a little bit more.
Columbus's challenge was correct. There was a block touch. They retain their challenge.
So the block touch is correct from Columbus. They retain it. Even 18-15, they'll replay it.
Replay it, yep.
Kocevic. Anderson comes up with this one. Hodge. It's in, and a welcome sign after early hitting errors from Jalen Hodge.
You know, when we talked to Coach Childress, she said the Columbus Fury has a great collection of really good players, and they're versatile, and you see it from that swing on the left pin by Jalen Hodge.
Just with the youth, they're learning on the job. Gomez, Monserrat takes a tumble to the floor. It's still alive. Bick, Terry, kill Columbus. They're within 1.
I love the set distribution. Again, we haven't seen all that many swings from Terry out of the backcourt. This time, just mixing it up, giving Terry the opportunity to swing big. Love the tempo and speed of that one.
18-17. Saucy from Tabron. Loberg said, my bad. Hit it high. This thing's even, 18 apiece. Deep breath from Terry. Into the serve at Grace Loberg. Action to Maren Grote. Rising Akasha Anderson. Hit it where they ain't. And that back row was open. Columbus on a 4-0 run to lead 19-18.
The libero for the Columbus Fury, Hiapo, does a great job of reading the play. As the elbow drops, she comes under the block. Does a really good job of playing that ball up, and then big time swing on that left pin.
Char Venegas returns for San Diego. Moberg handles. Graham's also on. Hoppo has the answer on the Loberg swing. Venegas. Loberg. Big one off the block. Side out badly needed for the Mojo, and they get it back to 19 all.
Haven't given number 2 for the Mojo, Venegas, enough credit. A beautiful bump set to the left pin.
4th in digs in the league, Venegas, an all-star. Raina Terry. Grote came late. Terry terminates. Raina Terry having the potential for another big night against San Diego. She's got 10 kills. First to double figures in this match. Graham. Tabron coming to us. Off the Columbus block. Maya Tabron pumps one for the point.
Great swing there. One-on-one. Block up and not over. Tabron knows what to do when she's faced with a block like that in front of her.
Graham late on here. Hiapo, Anderson. Fury need cover. Terry over. Morgan Lewis, who was in Columbus last season after the first year in San Diego, returning back to her native California, Carlsbad native, and goes off tempo for a big point here late in the second set.
Yeah, with this substitution with Graham setting and Lewis in, you get another hitter, right? You get a bigger blocker. And so this is what Childress has done at the tail end of sets with that double sub.
Graham had a nice close to the victory against Columbus March 1st. The setter for San Diego at 13 assists in the substitute role. Shallow from Grote. This thing is even at 21 here. Ashley Evans is on. Pack, Hodge off. Abby Walker also late on in this second set. Graham controls. Tabron hits the outside of the hands of Pittman Nelson, and that doesn't occur very often.
Yeah, it was Tabron down the stretch in the first set to, you know, come back and win. That was a really tightly contested first set, and here she is in the second set in that left front position, delivering bombs for her team again.
Race to this finish line again in the second set. San Diego by 1. Monterrey. Overpass, Raina Terry, easy put away. Sanbofi. 23-21 San Diego. Timeout Columbus.
You can see the importance of the serve-pass game. When it is tight at the tail end of sets, you've got to be able to deliver a tough serve. And what is tough? Well, it can be speed, it can be location, it can be between players. And you've got to be able to take those tough serves if you're on the receiving end of it and put a ball up. You just don't want to get aced, and you don't want to create an overpass situation, which gives a very easy point to the opposition. So serve pass game is magnified here at the tail end of sets.
It's something that for Columbus fans, you have to sift through, because positive reception, it's been okay tonight. They're 36% in this second set, but tooth and nail when it comes down to these final few points. Are you receiving it cleanly enough where you're going to make something happen in transition, or at least go in system? Yeah,
you have to have a good side-out offense, right? You don't have many opportunities here. We all know the sets go to 25. Mojo in the driver's seat right now, serving at 23.
Took set 1, 26-24, San Diego. Monterrey. Arms got out there in the nick of time. Anderson now loads, fires. Sanbofi brings it down with a block. Back in her old stomping grounds at Columbus.
What was really good about the block for the Mojo, the ball was set inside, and the pin blocker adjusts. You can see her talking, moving that block in.
Second set at stake now off that swing. Sanbofi thought she had the clincher. Tabron does. Off the hands, and what a finish for San Diego in this second set to go up 2-love here in Central Ohio. Maya Tabron swing closes it, and the Fury find themselves in an 0-2 hole heading to the intermission. We'll recap it for you and discuss what's ahead 2-0 San Diego here.
This is major. Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing. This is where the game gets real.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey Fury fans, it's Rachel Gomez. I hope to see you at Nationwide Arena Friday night, April 10th, as we play the Atlanta Vibe.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
I think everyone has a craft that they perfect, and it's always beautiful to see someone doing something they love and being so in the moment. You can't beat that.
Columbus is such a vibrant city, and it's got such a great art scene. It's got so many great sports teams, and this is a great opportunity to really show how those things can connect. We're all invested in making Columbus a great place to live and having people have fun and having people learn things and just get out and enjoy their community. We've seen a lot of people excited to come up and learn about the symphony. They're excited to learn about our programming and how they can come and hear some live music in Columbus. Just such a wonderful collaboration, and we're so glad the Fury has had us out here tonight.
I think my favorite comment to hear from people who come up to the table is, wow, I didn't know all of this existed in Columbus. And I always loved hearing that light bulb go off, whether you're interested in sports or outdoors or the arts or all of those things. Community is here and ready for you in Columbus.
Arts and Culture Night, such a special part of the equation here for Columbus Fury fans, and the host of opportunities to come out and not only see the Fury but take part into what all Columbus has to offer. It's intermission on this night, Military Appreciation Night. First responders, Neil and Audrey with you. 2-0 San Diego. They take the opening two sets. Angel Perez, how you feeling about this? Because you're right there, and then some of the reception late on has been kind of a plague once again, and San Diego's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, you just have to eliminate those errors, as you mentioned, and you have to play clean at the tail end of sets. And Columbus Fury looking so competitive and strong and really staying with the Mojo team, but at the end you've got to execute, and it's been the serve pass game that has been good up until the last couple points for the Fury.
Well, looking for their own Mojo, pardon the pun, but they've got Raina Terry. She's delivered. Now it's also that complimentary help with some of the other arms. Can Hodge and Anderson also carry that load for Columbus in addition to Terry?
Yeah, and they do have a great passer, first contact person, Megan Lush, on the bench that he can utilize if he wants to. And right now he's going for the offensive power and not really looking for perfection in the passes. So we'll see if it pays off here in the third, and we'll see who starts in the third set as well, if he makes changes.
We're going to see what's ahead, too, for Columbus and the Fury organization. Really exciting stuff. It was the day after their sweep over Orlando, and they announced that there's new ownership for Columbus. You were at the All-Star game. Yeah. Mitchell and Sandler, PLLC, the law firm out of Washington, D.C., and they'll step into this ownership role. Exciting times ahead, and you got a little bit of the taste of maybe what's ahead at an exciting All-Star game.
Yeah, the All-Star game was great. Meeting Andrea was even better. I love her leadership style. You know, she's from Wisconsin. She understands the environment and what it takes to build a really good program and an environment that not only players but people are going to want to be a part of. And I really enjoyed chatting with her, and I really think that she understands that this Columbus Fury fan base is really strong and wants to build on that. So I'm excited for the ownership now that the Columbus Fury has.
And it's not just a legal team walking into this. As you see Andrea Mitchell and Andy Sandler, husband and wife, our vision is to make the Fury a permanent and respected fixture in professional sports, a team that stands for excellence, inclusion, and the power of women leading at every level. Andy Sandler has also dabbled this ownership group in minor league baseball, and they just have some interest now in the new ownership of the Tampa Bay Rays in Major League Baseball, so they're not foreign to the sports scene.
Yeah, and they recognize that the Columbus Fury have a great fan base already, that Central Ohio is just so rich in volleyball with the OVR having such a huge presence in many clubs, and, you know, it's Big Ten country as well. So there's so many positives. It's really exciting that this leadership group is coming on, and I think they're really going to put the Fury in the right direction.
Forward thinking for the Fury 2.0 as they head in towards season 4 and looking to close season 3 strong. But they've got some work to do here tonight against San Diego, trailing by a couple of sets. We'll come back. The third set is coming your way. San Diego 2, Columbus nothing. Major League Volleyball continues on YouTube and The Rock right after this.
This is Major. Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing. This is where the game gets real.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey Fury fans, it's Rachel Gomez. I hope to see you at Nationwide Arena Friday night, April 10th, as we play the Atlanta Vibe.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
On this First Responders and Military Appreciation Night, there's Sam the Eagle standing in for the start of this third set. Columbus and San Diego, third of 4 meetings Mojo will return here at the end of the month, April 26th. Neil Sika, Audrey Full with you. Here's the match stats through 2 sets, and you can tell the big disparity. Second set, San Diego, they hit almost 300, 10 assists for Monterrey leading the way.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the scores for each set, they're very close, and that's why the hitting percentage is very close. I think the blocking game for the Mojo has been really, really good. I think they're starting to get into a rhythm and starting to figure out what Columbus is doing offensively, lining up very well and sealing the net. So this is a tight one, and I would not rule the Columbus Fury out by any means. We already talked about how important the serve-pass game is, especially at the tail end of each set. So we'll see if they can clean that up and get a set win here in the third.
10 days between matches for Columbus. Lumi lighting it up for the faithful here. The new Fury mascot, which was unveiled not long ago, not even a month old.
You know what I discovered about Lumi?
What did you find out?
Lumi is a great listener.
Okay.
I just kind of met Lumi down in Orlando, and just a really good person to chat with, you know, just a really good listener.
I thought you were going to tell me she hid my Easter basket somewhere inside the bowels of the arena. Too strong on the outside for San Diego to start this third set. Kasha Anderson took the ball in the face, and several matches back has been wearing that protective gear since. Columbus will need a reverse sweep tonight if they're going to win 2 in a row at home. Serve error floated over from Anderson. A little surprised, though, maybe in that back half of that second set, we didn't see as much Megan Lush to help with in terms of the reception.
Yeah, sometimes it's just what rotation you're in and whether it is to your advantage to have her in or not. So, yeah, we'd have to dial that one back and see where Kasha Anderson was in the tail end of that second set.
Can always do plenty of revisionist history when things aren't going your way. Walker is on the floor. Raina Terry's been doing that all night. Got a kill to make it 2-1 Columbus.
Yeah, so a little change in lineup there, as you mentioned. Walker is in.
Tabron, like so often that have come before her, needing the medal of the block. Pittman, Nelson, Jalen Hodge, Fury, almost tops of the league.
Yeah, nice lineup there. Again, as the hitter moves in as a right side blocker, you want to go nose to nose with her. So good adjustment there by Jalen Hodge.
Walker serves, Loberg defends, quickly on 2. Monterrey funneled that over. 3-1 Fury. They need them all from here on out. They thought they had the kill. Terry was hoping it was put down. Great pancake dig there. They finish it off moments later.
I like the route that Nelson ran that time, ran behind Audrey Pack. Again, you just want to vary your approach. Take a look at how it's a back quick instead of a front quick, and it just opens up a little bit of space and adds a little variety to the offense. Love the way Audrey Pack ran that.
Abby Walker, how about her all-star game? She hit 600, ended up with 3 kills. She was a replacement for Lydia Martin. San Diego's got the point there, but that can brim your confidence if you're Abby Walker. She comes off the floor here after Tabron scored on the hands of Pittman Nelson. Maya Tabron. We're up just inside the Monterey Peninsula, did Tabron, and that is poorly handled by the Fury and leads to an ace.
Yeah, sometimes as a setter, you want to force middle. That's exactly what Audrey Pack was trying to do there. She's at the 10-foot line trying to connect with Nelson. You got to shoot it fast. If your middle is up, you've got to just dish the ball quickly to them. That time Pack just hanging it too high.
Terry, textbook action from Pack. Credit Anderson on that initial reception.
How would you like to be the cross-court digger there, seeing Raina Terry go up and just crushing that ball? Take a look at this. Wow, what a shot.
Loberg fights it off. Goes again. Got it off the hands. kill for Grace Loberg.
And trying to serve Loberg to get her out of rhythm, but boy, she just delivers a perfectly placed shot down the line. So even if you serve her, sometimes outside hitters, they get into more of a rhythm when they have to pass the first ball and then approach.
Slide, Pittman-Nelson. Return to the old tried and true form. Off the block, Pittman-Nelson makes it 6-4 Columbus.
Yeah, I really feel like Pittman-Nelson can get more attempts at the ball. I feel like sometimes it goes quiet and they don't dish her the ball enough. That slide perfectly executed and a nice point for the Fury.
Fury have proved their middle offense can be very effective.
Yeah.
It's a matter of getting into it and finding that extra element to their game. That's a long serve. It's a close one, but it's an error. Rakocevic replies with Terry serve error, one of her own. 7-5 Columbus here in the third set. They need this and the subsequent ones. Pittman-Nelson. Great serve, Tabron down, Columbus right back, Anderson. Monserrat put it back in system. Beautifully placed by Tabron. Even Angel Perez said, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, you know, when you hit those types of angles, really hard to defend. I love the speed of the approach. She sees a block in front of her, hits around the block right into the corner of the Fury court.
Fury head coach pointing down, yeah, it's in. Jostled around, another sequence of passing off that serve where Columbus can't come up with it. And Loberg has evened this thing up with an ace.
And the beauty of the sport, I mean, it's beautiful to watch when teams are in rhythm. And again, the rhythm starts from the first contact. When the first contact is off, you can see it just makes things look so scrambled on the court. Right now, Columbus Fury with a bad pass.
2 aces for Loberg. They have 5 for the game. Abby Walker with confidence rises and puts down.
So we talked about the substitution. Walker in the middle for Gomez, and Abby Walker coming off an all-star performance at the all-star match, really contributed so well to her team, and it was fun to watch her in that element. She did just a tremendous job.
It's a shot in the arm that she needs just to kill, and 8 assists over the last 2, so quiet in terms of the offense. Second serve error of this third set for the Fury. And the room for error is small now with the errors. Already down a couple of sets, 8-8. Maren Grote. Anderson took her eyes off of it. Plays like that that could come back to bite you. It's another ace for San Diego. And how many of those should be controlled, Audrey, tonight where we've seen, and they're just mental errors?
Yeah, it's really hard. I think serve receive in that right back area of the court is especially hard. That time, Piapo taking space away from Anderson to pass that ball.
Confident play, though, from Anderson to come back and get the kill. Some off-tempo. Megan Lush returns for Anderson, and precisely what you were just thinking of in this rotation.
Yeah, why not put Lush in for the 3 back row positions, possibly let her play front row. We'll see what Angel decides to do.
Monserrat with a great set at the net. Tabron wanted high hands, didn't connect though. Away it goes for a 10-9 Columbus lead.
Going to see this nice replay up over top of the block. And you don't want to definitely bring the ball into the belly of the block. It's hard. You got to get a lot of top spin for that ball to land in the court.
What a play by Monserrat into the campfire and recognizing that cavity in the middle of the Fury defense.
Yeah, good setters have like a sixth sense, right? They see and feel when the middle blocker jumps or doesn't jump with them. That time she sensed Walker was on her feet and exploits that area of the court.
Abby Walker, what a dig, Venegas. Walker again. Quite the rally here with Loberg. Sandbothy hanging tough for the Mojo. Monserrat, Tabron. Oh, the effort, Hiapo and Pack. And it's put outside the antenna. Despite Terry's best effort, she was up against Nathan Mahaven's stanchion there.
Well, we're seeing a great defensive effort on both sides of the net. The liberos, Venegas and Hiapo, just demonstrating the courage that it takes to be a libero in this league. They're flying all over the court, extending the rallies. It's been so fun to watch the two of them execute their skills so well tonight.
I don't know if that's a monitor or a sensor for Nathan Mahaven, and also a wet spot. The Mojo have clawed back to an 11-10 lead here in the third. They've got 3 sweeps on the season. Pack for Hodge. Good hit off the hands. Venegas not happy with herself and needed some rescue. It didn't come.
But look at the effort to pursue the ball, right? They're going after it. Even if they don't play the second ball, look at how many players are pursuing that ball, even just a touch and then maybe a third contact. So love the defensive mindset right now that the Mojo has.
It's the 5th kill for Hodge. Columbus led by Terry with 12. Just getting some treatment to that finger right now. You play through it all in a 28-game season, don't you?
Yes, you do. A little finger is not going to stop you from playing.
The nagging stuff that will just loiter along for weeks on end. Of course, the big loss to Flor Marie Heredia Colon. Looked like a rising star, but only got into 3 matches this season after labrum surgery. She's going to come back internationally, though, in the summer. Jalen Hodge pumps that high. Another wet spot. San Diego sides out at 12-11, and Maya Tabron following up a really good performance against Omaha. Hitting 280 tonight with 11 kills. Targets Terry. Hodge. Chiseled off the block. Hodge got the pinball effect in her favor.
Loved that route. You had Nelson going back for a back quick, and you're going to see Hodge there for the high set. So it really puts a lot of stress on the blockers. There's 2 approaches coming in your area of the court. Decisions need to be made. Hodge with a kill.
Amped up and long. Montserrat delivered it in the middle. It was a quick release. Sandbothy swinging for the fences like she was at Huntington Park.
Block touch.
But San Diego's going to challenge for the block touch.
Yeah, and I think Reagan Nelson turned around and said, I touched it. So we'll see if there is definitive video evidence that shows that touch.
Well, that's quite the sportsmanship to admit that in the heat of the battle.
Yeah.
And it is San Diego's point. It's off Pittman Nelson.
There was a block touch.
There you
San
go.
Diego retains their challenge.
13-12. It's another close one. They've all been close. San Diego prevailing by 2 in the first set. And closed on a strong run to win by 4 in the second. They've had a stranglehold on this all-time series through the years over Columbus. Only lost once. Raina Terry. Fought off by Grote, Loberg. Pittman Nelson has the cover. Rakocevic beats the block of Raina Terry. It's been a fun battle to watch tonight.
You know, you talk about the evolution of Raina Terry, and I just feel like she has upped her game. And here you're going to see just how physical she is as a blocker. And again, I had the privilege of knowing her when she first started playing the game, so it is just so fun to watch her get better and better every time she steps out on the floor.
Awesome career at Illinois. There's an ace for the Fury. I haven't concocted a ton of them this season. Last in the league, but Raina Terry, anything she puts in that right hand seems to turn to gold.
Yeah, Loberg just not balanced on that serve receive pattern.
2 straight for Columbus. More balance there from Loberg. Groats. Hit that ball like it owed her money. I'll leave it at 14.
Yeah, and I like how Loberg, you know, she gets aced and then comes back and delivers a perfect pass. And that's just the mindset you have to have. You just have to forget about your errors and come back and deliver what your team needs.
Oh, there is that Serbian smoke. Rikocevic with an ace.
Yeah, and that ball is well in the court, and so decisions need to be made early, right out of the server's hands. You have to just follow the ball. There you go.
It's her second ace, won't be a third. Everyone claiming and calling for it out by Columbus. 15 all.
And Morgan Lewis has entered the backcourt for the Mojo, taking Brajkovic position in the backcourt.
Rikocevic departs. Monserrat over, now hustling to the other pin, and Lush is there to swing. Venegas says, give me some more. Loberg off a rolling Terry to get San Diego to 16. That's the 3rd time they've hit that mark, the first to it. Hoping to close out a sweep in Central Ohio before swinging the plane back west for a home game on Easter Sunday. They lead at 16-15, up 2 sets here in the 3rd. Major League Volleyball on YouTube. San Diego to serve, up 16-15 here in the 3rd set. In search of a sweep. Yapo to pack. Hodge. Venegas, who's one of 2 all-time in the league with over 1,000 digs. Another one there. Rally is strong, block is better. Pack and Walker, 16 all.
Walker coming in, playing in the middle of the court, again as a blocker, just taking care of this ball, sweeping it down. Much needed point there for the Columbus Fury.
Lush. Loberg on her knees, slide for Grote, cross corner, it's in.
I love the way Grote runs the slide on transition. You know, the ball, let's take a look here if we can, where the ball lands, just sharp cross court. And Grote calling for the slide, wanting the ball. And it's always so important for that middle to communicate with the setter, Monserrat, hearing that she's up, and delivers the ball to her.
Challenging a mid-rally back row attack.
So Angel Perez is going to challenge a mid-rally back row attack. If you heard Nathan Mahaven there.
So a back row attack violation on the Mojo side of the net, I think, is what he's challenging here. So they'll rewind this play back and see if they can see a foot violation touching the 3-meter line as a back row attacker goes up to swing.
Nathan Mahaven, who's assisted tonight, and the challenge is unsuccessful. Craig Weedle out of Omaha is the
challenge was unsuccessful. They lose their challenge.
lower official, and they lose the challenge. Have to take off from beyond that line. That's pretty clear there.
Yeah.
Good foot or so. Pack, Walker, pummeled right at Loberg. Fury get it right back. 17 all inside out.
Really difficult set to make. Pack moving back on this and yet puts the ball in the perfect position for Abby Walker to swing, and great communication. Again, the communication between middle and setter is vital in order for that connection to happen.
Yapo, Pack and Hodge hustling over, but the Fury cannot come up with it. On a night where Monterrey crossing over 2,500 assists for a career. Quickly again on 2 with the kill.
And I want to mention Morgan Lewis has rotated to the front of the court now. And so Brajkovic is off the floor. Lewis will be the right side attacker for the Mojo.
Well, 2 players in this league's brief history to hit 2,500 assists. She's nearing 30 for the night. Serving here, Hodge goes off fingertips of Tabron. So the milestone of her own for San Diego in this game. Walker is going to be replaced by Hiapo. Ryan White for the 3rd time late in the set. The back half of a set going to come on at 18 all.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet White earlier on in the week, and she is just a bundle of energy and just a refreshing personality to have on the court, let alone she's got a great serve and great defensive skills.
Second team all Big 12 at Kansas last year. Pittman Nelson, the defense turns up for the Fury to give them a 19-18 advantage. Another element of her game, the serve, and they were ready for Morgan Lewis there on the right. White. Tabron. Off receive. Lewis with confidence after that serve from Monterrey, the setup for Monterrey.
Oh, Monterrey does a good job of changing up the pattern here. A back 2 ball is what I used to call it, just a high set behind you and let Morgan Lewis just unleash that arm. That was a great swing.
And an 11-kill night from Maya Tabron. Tabron passing Dalkey and Stone for the most in San Diego's 3-year advantage. And they've got another point off the block at 2019.
Lewis does a good job of closing the seam between her and the middle blocker, just diving into that with her arms and taking away the shot from the Fury. So Lewis adding a couple points here as she gets subbed into the 3rd set, doing a good job for her team.
San Diego 2019, 5 away from a sweep. Another close one for Columbus. They've been in so many of these this season. Although not quite to the 5-set dalliances they had a year ago. They were in 9 of those and lost 6. They've been in 6 5-setters this year, but only come away with 1 victory. And prior to last Tuesday, the 24th, they had not had a home victory. So still searching it out. And I think one of the commendable things for Angel Perez, despite the previous 2 years where there was maybe just some frustration in the continuity, this has been a bought-in locker room from the beginning, and despite all the setbacks, they've hung tough, and we'll see if they can do that here.
Yeah, the question is do they have the competitive stamina to do a reverse sweep here? They have to get this one. This is so important.
Someone lost some chewing gum, I'm guessing, at the net.
A Band-Aid or something,
Raina Terry, who did get patched up. Loberg goes off fingertips. One last gas tip. Monterrey thought there was something befuddling. Loberg, one of the strongest rallies of the night, and Jalen Hodge Is it dug by Tabron? Loberg off Hiapo. Racing back down Nationwide was Lush, couldn't come up with it. Loberg, the big swing.
Well, this is just tremendous volleyball that we're seeing. The swings are so hard, but what I just love to see is how the backcourt defense plays around a well set up block. We talk about stuff blocks and block touches, but just being able to go up 2 bodies, you know, 4 hands going up and over, and then playing backcourt defense around a well-placed block is so important. I feel like the Mojo is doing a really good job of that. They may not get a lot of stuff blocks, but they're lining up so well where the backcourt defense can play around that block.
They have 8 blocks hung right in there with Columbus's 10. Leading by 2. Speaking of the block, Mojo's time for it. Coming alive again late in a set, and they lead by 3.
Well, Sambuthi is quite the competitor. She gets that stuff block and then just turns around and gives so much energy back to her teammates.
Pack looks for Hodge. And a hitting error at the worst time that plagued her early. It's 23-19 San Diego. They're on a 4-0 run, looking to close this thing out in Columbus tonight, and a timeout from the Fury.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, I spoke earlier about the competitive stamina. You know, you've got to forget about the score essentially and just try to get one positive play and then go on a run. Forget about the score at this point. Just believe that you can get a good pass and a good side-out swing. And then, you know, you've got to be able to serve aggressively from the end line if you want to come back and win this 3rd set if you're the Fury.
Kind of replicas right now of what we saw in the 1st and 2nd set. In San Diego, it's been clear, and Alicia Chill just pointed that out, it has not been easy. They've had to grow from some of their learning experiences and inconsistencies, the way they started to the middle portion of the season, then a little bit of a dip, and hoping to find that again, and found a lot more success with their resiliency in the Omaha victory after the 3 straight losses. Maya Tabron, Mojo 2 away. 2nd-year standout with Lush. Terry, roll shot. Montserrat to the floor. Lewis comes up shallow, pumped over by Pack. Sambuthi, a whack from both her and Pittman Nelson. Lewis, another sensational rally here. Loberg, Columbus the block. San Diego has the answers. Pack for Terry. Mojo at the net. Dive for Venegas. She came up with it. Fury fans thought it was a point. This is incredible. Raina Terry goes long.
Wow, what a point. Unbelievable. And what you saw there on both sides of the net was just 6 people on both sides that really desperately wanted to win that point. Venegas was everywhere for the Mojo, and just a swing that went a little too long for Raina Terry.
Tabron, Terry, Columbus need it to stay alive. Down 24-19. They are alive after the heavy swing from Tabron. 24-20, but a long way back. Jalen Hodge, 2nd-year pro, was in Puerto Rico last year. Tabron calls it. Loberg to end it. Yes. 2 in a row for the Mojo. And they've swept Columbus. That SD super defense late on here. One of the best in the league. And a big road victory, just their third of the season. Alicia Childress said that's going to make the difference if we're going to get in, stealing them away from Viejas, and a clutch performance tonight.
Yeah, hats off to the San Diego Mojo tonight. Grace Loberg with the match-winning kill, taking an out-of-system set, being patient and hitting the shot that really scored for her all night long, that hard line shot. San Diego Mojo really showing backcourt defense that really outlasted the Columbus Fury. A tremendous job, a great road win, as you mentioned. Hats off to the Mojo tonight.
Mojo, 10 victories in 11 all-time meetings against Columbus. They're back here at the end of April, and the Fury drop game 2 of this 4-game homestand. They fall to 1-8 at Nationwide. What's ahead for Columbus? Easter Sunday, Grand Rapids, nationally televised game. Atlanta on April 10th, and then at Grand Rapids at Dallas. Andre and I will be back with you for the second Grand Rapids game in 3, and this one at home on April 19th. That's a Sunday, and they'll see the rise quite a bit here on this stretch of the April calendar.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those things where the Columbus Fury, you know, they probably will not make the top 4, right? We can assume that that's not going to happen, but how do you finish?
Sure.
And what does this team want to be remembered for? And I think the competitiveness of this team, you just hope that they can flip the switch a little bit. The fans here in Nationwide Arena will back them up all the time, and so a couple more home matches here, 3 to be specific, and we'll see if they can end the month of April on a high.
Loberg, game high 13 kills for San Diego. Rena Terry led the way for Columbus with 12, 32 assists for Marley Montserrat. Maya Tabron had 11 kills, the all-time leader now in kills for the San Diego Mojo. Alumi look to brighten some spirits on this Easter weekend, and partner, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yep.
With Columbus hosting Grand Rapids on Sunday the 19th. Happy Easter to you and the family. Happy Easter to everyone out there watching here tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to working with you again, and as you said, happy Easter to everyone.
Where's the time gone? We're down in the stretch run here of the 2026 MLV season, heading toward the playoffs. And San Diego within a game of 500. 9-10 with their sweep of the Fury tonight. For Audrey Faw and Neil Seek and our great crew, good night from Columbus.
Pony Club.